Hey guys, today we are at Long Sands Beach in York, Maine at high tide. So in this video, we're going to talk about what it's like at high tide. This is September 1st, it's Labor Day weekend, it's very busy, lots of people here. We're going to talk about parking, public restrooms, restaurants, all of these details. Of course, I'm going to take you up in the drone and give you a bird's eye view of the area, show you the surfers, and we're going to get after it right now.
Hey guys, my name is Michael Patterson and my partner is Margaret. We are local real estate agents with Living in Southern Maine and eXp Realty. This channel is all about relocating to Maine, so if that's you, definitely hit the subscribe button so that you'll be the first to know about the current market in Southern Maine. Thank you so much, and let me know in the comments what you get out of this video or if you have any questions.
Let's make sure that everybody's on the same page. We're talking about York, Maine, which is way down here in the southern tip of Maine, almost into New Hampshire. Drill in. There's only one town below York, it's Kittery. And there's Portsmouth, New Hampshire. You can see that dotted line right up the Piscataquis River that separates the two states. So let's drill in on York. We're headed to the beach, Long Sands Beach, which is right here. Mile-and-a-half stretch. York, by the way, guys, is huge. I mean, the town is like 131 square miles, you know, if you include the water. 54 acres of land. It's just a massive town. And so it goes all the way up to Agunquit, which is a really small town. Actually used to be part of Wells. But anyway, another video. So York, Maine, let's drill in on Long Sands. So Long Sands goes all the way from, you saw me walking, you'll see this campground in behind me when I was walking on the sidewalk. And this whole stretch from here all the way up to here is 1.5 miles. This is the Nubble. Right there, the famous Nubble lighthouse that so many people want to take pictures of and video. You see all kinds of that stuff online. And along here, there's lots of restaurants. I know that's one of the things I wanted to point out. Lobster Cove, lots of hotels if you want to stay along here. Just drill in a little bit more. There's a restaurant right here. Yep, I've eaten there. It's good. You know, fast food, comfort food. There's Mimo's coming up here on the left. Yep, there it is. I've eaten there several times with my wife when I lived down here. And if you keep going, there's ice cream. And the bathrooms are coming up. I'll just zoom out a little bit here so I can get through this a little bit faster. There we go. And let's go to the terrestrial view here. Yeah, so the restrooms are right here. So from where I was standing at the introduction of the video, we're talking about a good mile. A good mile. Yeah, and it's 0.5 mile from there to the beginning of the Nubble. So if you're handicapped, you'll have handicap parking at the bathhouse, as well as, you know, at high tide, you'll have some beach along here. But pretty much from the bathhouse down here, you know, especially down here where I was close to the campground, there is no beach at high tide. You'll be sitting on the sidewalk or on those rocks that I'll show you in a second with the drone. Okay, so what else can I tell you about this area? We talked, there's no trash receptacles. We've talked about restaurants. Parking is $2 a day from May 15th through October 15th from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. So they're going to get you. And then domestic animals are prohibited from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can go in the morning, you know, before 8 o'clock, but your dog or your animal has to be on a leash. Let's see, and same with surfing, there's some restrictions on that. There's mixed use zones. Let's get up in the drone anyway and take a look at this so we can see some of the surfers. Heading out over the ocean here with the drone. Let's go check out the surfers. And remember, those surfers, they are restricted to certain areas of the beach, and there's some markers on shore that'll let them know. So these are swimmers here, but the surfers are coming up. And you got to be careful when you're surfing. I've surfed out here many times, and if there's a current, it can push you a lot. So you end up, you know, swimming back on your board after every wave because you keep getting pushed one direction or the other depending on the current. So there's all the surfers. You can see high tide. You know, there's some people sitting on the rocks, but I can't imagine it's all that comfortable. And I'm just going to take it a little bit down the beach. This is an amazing day. The weather was awesome. You can see right to the bottom. You know, I don't know how many feet down it was, but it was, you know, especially when I go way up in the air, which is towards the end of the drone footage, you can see that You can see really deep, and it gives you an idea where the rocks are and stuff like that. So even if you're sitting on those rocks on the shoreline or on the sidewalk, you have to be careful about getting into the water because the rocks are right there and they're slippery. So you have to be careful. And you can swim where the surfers are, but it's not advised, because they could hit you with their boards or whatever if they take a digger on a wave. And so you want to be careful of that. So I'm going to head back now. I'm just going to speed up this footage. Guys, if you're finding this video informative, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps a lot. Thanks. All right, let's head on up to 400 feet and take a look around and see what we have in the area. I'd like to take a moment and tell you about our handy relocation guide. If you are looking to relocate to Maine, this provides comparison information about the towns in York County, details like population, home prices, and whether or not there is a downtown area, and much more. You'll find a link to it in the description down below. Off in the distance, guys, that is the York High School. Now we're looking up the beach, and you can see right there, that is the Sun and Surf Seafood Restaurant. There's the public restrooms. There's the Nubble Lighthouse. There's Libby's Oceanside Camp and Camp Eaton. Okay, let's bring this thing in for a landing. There you go, a nice view of those concrete steps all the way down to the restaurant and even past that. Guys, I hope you found this video informative. I really enjoyed putting it together for you. If you have any questions about real estate, feel free to give Margaret or I a call. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.